Good, happy Monday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this evening news update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Let's get started right now. First up, deadly officer involved shooting reported in Pittsfield. One man dead during an officer involved shooting in Pittsfield Monday, according to the State Attorney General's office. Campaign for a state park buffer from landfills ends. The campaign to create a buffer zone between landfills and state parks in New Hampshire ended abruptly Monday when House negotiators dropped their demand that it be a part of an unrelated bill dealing with future disasters or state of emergencies. Harley-Davidson rider killed in Hooksett accident Sunday. The driver of a Harley-Davidson died in a Sunday evening collision involving two other motor vehicles in Hooksett, police said. President Biden heads to Belgium for NATO summit. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Where can I buy a telescope today? Find what's in store. Tired of running out of sparkling water? Then get this counterbalance forklift.
Going to begin with President Biden on the world stage in Brussels this morning for that NATO summit after spending time with Queen Elizabeth on Sunday and getting ready for that face-to-face meeting with Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Let's go to Chief White House correspondent Cecilia Vega, who is live in Brussels this morning for us. Good morning, Cecilia.
Robin, good morning to you. Happy Monday. So much of this first foreign trip for President Biden has been really about trying to convince allies that the era of Donald Trump is over. These differences, they are on full display here this morning in these meetings underway right now. President Trump, he said NATO was obsolete just a few minutes ago. President Biden said these NATO alliances are a sacred obligation. This morning, President Biden in Brussels, where he will try to convince NATO leaders that America wants to be a partner following 4 years of President Trump bashing the alliance.
NATO is critically important for U.S. interest in and of itself.
On the agenda, ensuring stability in Afghanistan after U.S. and NATO forces withdraw by September 11th, climate change, and Russia. President Biden says he and Vladimir Putin do agree on one thing: relations between the two countries are at rock bottom.
Let me make it clear. I think he's right, and it's a low point.
And now, new details about that high-stakes summit. It will be split into two sessions. And unlike that shocking moment following President Trump's meeting where he held a joint press conference and told the world he trusted Putin's election interference denials over his own intelligence community's findings.
He just said it's not Russia. I will say this, I don't see any reason why it would be.
President Biden says he'll be alone at his press conference.
I don't want to get into being diverted by did they shake hands, how far did they talk, who talked the most, and the rest. Now, he can say what he said the meeting was about, and I will say what I think the meeting was about.
In England, the president reassuring G7 leaders that America wants to lead by example. The group coming together to donate 1 billion COVID vaccines to poorer nations and calling on China to respect human rights. But there was disagreement over just how tough to be on Beijing. A whirlwind 8-day trip. President Biden and the First Lady also met the Queen at Windsor Castle, where the president inspected the guards, later telling reporters he had such a good time, he invited the 95-year-old monarch to visit the White House.
She reminded me of my mother in terms of the look of her and just the generosity. I said, I wish we could stay longer. She was very gracious.
Well, as for that Putin summit, President Biden, he's been pretty tight-lipped about the details. We do know that among the issues they are going to discuss, definitely cybersecurity, human rights, of course, arms control. Putin, he's been speaking out. He talked over the weekend. He called President Trump an extraordinary and talented individual. George, as for President Biden, Putin called him, quote, a different kind of person.
Well, hey there, GMA fans.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening news update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with more news updates. Good night and goodbye.